Which two of y'all going home with?
Tony slut shaming.
Oh, am I?
Yes, you're slut shaming.
I am.
What's going down,
What
girl?
I do?
Yeah, everybody's slut shaming. All right, I know you was talking about it. What's up? What's popping?
Nothing much. But I guess recently, or not so recently, I would say.
It's really kind of old, but
I say like about 2
weeks ago. Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast.
Oh, hey y'all! Welcome to the Perfectly Incomplete podcast. I'm your host, Imogene,
and I'm Toni.
Yeah, and she was slut shaming before we started, so we're gonna
not.
So since she's slut shaming, let's talk about that.
I gotta be the one who's slut shaming.
Well, they've been slut shaming Jordyn
Woods.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I think it's BS.
Why?
Because my thing is this, okay? If you got a friend that got hoe-like tendencies, not saying that Jordyn Woods does. I don't know her personally. I don't know her life. But if she does have hoe-like tendencies, why would you bring your man around? And if, that's just me. I ain't going to bring my man around somebody who has hoe-like tendencies.
Interesting.
I'm not.
So what do you think? I mean, I saw the interview on Red Table Talk.
Right.
When she put it out there. What do you think about that? I thought that...
I think she was honest. Like, if she said she ain't do it, then she ain't do it. But I think the way that they handled it was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, putting her out there like she's a home wrecker. She did all these horrific things. But, like, 2 seconds ago before this, she was your best friend.
Yeah, do you think they just... I mean, I'm just off the cuff. Mm-hmm. Do you think they, set that up? Because, they do a lot of stuff for publicity, right?
I hope not. Yeah, that's a lot of emotional
maybe
stuff.
She didn't know. You think they, set that up?
That'll just be wrong to do to a person.
Yeah. Well, my thing is, I'm with a lot of the people saying, where's the double standard? They're talking about her. You don't hear nothing about him.
Facts.
Yeah.
And why... I mean, this is the day and age that we live in where... men get to do whatever, but the second a woman does it, it's, they're emotional. They're
slut shaming. Yeah. They're this and they're that.
They're this, they're that. They can't just be who they are. It can't just be a part of their personality. It has to be something additional to who they are.
My take on it, I'm not the judge. I'm just giving an opinion. But I find it interesting. I commend her for going on with Jada Pinkett Smith and saying it because she was getting ragged. And I get it, but I'm wondering if someone else wouldn't have spilled it, would she have kept that secret?
I mean, quite frankly, I don't think it's anybody's business.
No, whether it's their business or not. I'm talking about with girl is her friend, Kylie, So I'm wondering if nobody didn't leak it, would she have told Kylie that that's what happened?
She probably would have. If they were friends outside of this whole industry where gossip is the way that they make their bread and butter.
But she didn't tell her. That's what I'm saying.
If I feel like if they were different people, she probably would tell her.
But they're not different people. They're who they are. We're not doing hypothetical stuff. This is real life happening in Los Angeles or Calabasas or wherever they are. But what I'm saying is, I mean, I'm not throwing any shade on Jordyn. I'm just saying I find it interesting, and I get it. She went on the Red Table Talk to hear, to tell her side of the story. But I'm just curious. Do you think if it hadn't gotten out to the media, whatever, do you think she would have told?
Probably not.
Kylie,
she probably would have just been like, it ain't nobody's business.
Wow, that's interesting. But they're best friends.
That don't mean you gotta tell your best friend everybody you sleeping with.
But that...
Or have slept with.
But her best friends, that's her best friend's sister's boyfriend.
Again, that don't mean that you gotta tell everybody who you sleeping with.
So if me and you was best friends and my man hit on you, you wouldn't tell me?
I'll tell you if your man hit on me. But I'm not friends with your sister. That ain't my business. That's not my place. Because at the end of the day, her sister should have a handle on her man. That's not my fault. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Granted, I'm a different type of woman. I'm not sleeping with nobody's husband, boyfriend, nothing like that. But to those who do choose to do that, they got their own code of ethics that they live up to.
Yeah, I agree. I just think, it is what it is. And she's a beautiful young lady. And like she said, she just was in the wrong place at the wrong time, maybe, and she shouldn't have had her legs draped across.
Right.
Because and she said she was drunk, but she remembered. I mean, it happens. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And for him to kiss her,
that was inappropriate.
It was
on both parts.
Yeah. Yeah. So it makes one wonder, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can speculate all day, but at the end of the day, if she says nothing happens, just let it be that. Don't drag the girl through the mud, though.
You know, I get it. I don't know. I just wonder. I just think that's got to be weird. And because I know one time, and it does make you think, do I tell her, don't I? Because I can remember my sister a long, long time ago, but she was dating this guy, and I had like this big wicker swinging chair. I got that when I was in Germany. And my sister was keeping it in her house for me because I was all over the place. And one day he was visiting her. He was swinging in a chair. He said something really inappropriate to me. And I told her. And
how did she react to it?
Did
she come at you or did she come at him?
No, she asked him. Naturally, he was going to say it didn't happen, right? And she was like, well, he said he didn't say nothing or he didn't do anything. And that was like really weird. I mean, like, you're my sister, even though we weren't really close. Why do you think I would just make that up? And naturally, he's not going to say, yeah, I tried to come on to your sister, right? So I could get it. And that threw me. I said from that point forward, that's when I started minding my business. I said, I don't think I would ever, tell anybody in that situation, but I kind of just dealt with it myself. And I was like with him, like he tried to come off and I was like, yo, I was like, I don't get down like that. I don't see you like that. But, I'm just thinking with the Jordyn situation, if she would have told her, what would have been her response? It's like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Facts. So, like, if this was a situation, let's say with me and my significant other, and Jordyn was my best friend, hopefully it's not and it was, that is hard. Because as I'm saying it out loud, it, becomes more and more complicated than, just telling somebody and then them being like, oh, well, he did this, and then.
But she knew, but then you got to break it down. It's not like the first time the guy cheated on her before. And I'm not saying he cheated with Jordyn, it's alleged. I'm not saying that, but that indicates that he has
some serious character flaws.
He's got the, come on, he's an NBA star. He's not a bad looking guy, and they're in that lifestyle. They all probably be swinging anyway. They probably be doing some weird stuff anyway. I don't know what,
Swinging from the chandeliers.
yeah. I mean, you never know. I'm not saying you never know with them Hollywood people,
That's true.
And then, but you don't hear nothing. When you pull it up, like when I was looking online, they just smashing her. Just her. Yeah. And all the guys do it all the time, They
get no flack for it.
They don't get no flack.
They get to say they sorry and that, they didn't mean to do it.
It's the double standard.
Like, okay, that's fine. They get a slap on the wrist, but if a female does it, it's like the end of the world. Yeah. I don't understand that.
It's that double standard. And then what's really interesting too, there, when you look at even what slut shaming means, you're saying women dress a certain kind of way and they're provocative. But when they, what gets me? When they have commercials on TV, advertisements, a lot of times they're using these women. If you ever notice how the camera, it'll flash on the lady's butt or her breast. It's
even that curve in her back.
It sensualizes women. So it's almost like that's the way you perceive women as objects anyway.
Right.
And that's the way she's a model. She's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So naturally, I mean, I don't know. I guess she was posted up on the arm of the chair, and she's thick. It ain't like she's skinny or whatever. And she's a pretty lady.
Well, who told him to sit up under her though?
Well, we don't know.
But these are all questions that I would ask. You know what I'm saying?
But they was at a party, so they was probably. She said they was just chilling. You know what I'm saying? So they could have probably just been vibing, just talking about something.
You can't chill on another couch.
But she said she was drunk.
Man,
but she said she was drunk.
I'm not even talking about her at that point. Because if she sat down, I know if she's at a party and her being a model, I'm sure she's wearing heels. So if she plopped down on the, like the edge of the chair or whatever the case may be, or the arm of the chair, and you ain't think to move,
that's a dude.
That's my beef. But that will be my beef with him. I gotta get mad at her.
Why? Look how them Kardashians dress. Come on, them people ain't got no respect.
Well, apparently,
I don't mean No, I'm just saying they're in that. No, I'm not talking about nobody, but I'm just saying, they're always exposed to people and they have nice bodies, so they expose their parts and they're very revealing and all of that stuff.
But you can't sit there and be like, okay, well, they do this, so what else would she expect?
No, I'm just saying they probably don't get jealous over stuff like that, when they're around their boyfriend with their friend who's dressed, because she's a model, so she dresses the way she dresses. You know what I'm saying?
Women are women, no matter who the world.
But you're right. You're right, but that's neither here nor there.
I'm a different kind of woman.
Yeah. Well, I'm not ragging her like that because
absolutely. I'm not
I
even
wasn't
upset
there
with her the way that things went down with her. My issue is not with her, because at the end of the day, even if she was drunk or whatever the case may be, he still is a grown man and he can make his own decisions.
Yeah.
Whether he can sit there or he can remove himself from that situation.
Yeah.
But that just shows that he had no respect for his relationship to begin with.
And what I don't think. You can look at it all kind of ways, but Kylie, she gonna come at her and said, well, why would you go public? You should have told me first. I always look at it though, when men are messing around with women, a lot of times the women always going after the other woman. Like she said what she said about Kylie, I get it, she's your friend, but that's your baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? And I would have just thought, if you're
your sister's baby daddy.
Yeah, your sister's baby daddy. And if we're best friends, and I think if you came and told me, or if you told my sister that her husband's man, whatever, but if you told it to me, naturally I would ask, right? Mm-hmm. And I would hope, I know ain't no man in their right mind gonna stand to a black woman in her face and say, yes, I kissed her, baby, I did. They're not gonna do that, right? But so I think when I asked them, I would say, well, I don't know if you did or if you didn't, but don't let me hear about this happening again, And as far as my friend, especially if we got good history and stuff like that, I think I would have to, I don't know how I would feel about that. I don't want to just say, well, I believe you, but I would hate to believe she would make something up like that. But I think in the future, I would just do things a little different. I don't be trying to have my man exposed to single women anyway. Right. Married ones either, because they.
I'm about to say, you got all women.
Yeah, because they get down, girl. I done been sitting in the living room with one of my exes, and we was sitting there with a female. He said was his cousin, and that was his boo all the time. So people be doing some crazy stuff. You never know. It ain't like you want to be a hermit. Mm-hmm. You want to be so self-conscious, because I'm not insecure like that. Right. I'm like, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. I like to move the way I want to move. But I have my own values, and right. I'm not into cheating. I'm not going to do that, and we have this agreement. Hey, if you want to mess around or you're not interested anymore, that's fine. Just tell me. Let's do that.
Be honest and just, allow the next person to move on and go about their day.
Yeah.
Not necessarily be like, oh, well, no, that's not the case. No, I still, this is the part that pissed me off. No, I still love you. Nothing has changed. But then every Jane, Sally, and Sue that walk by, your neck is broken.
Yeah. Well, guys gonna look.
Men.
They got eyes.
Oh, better yet, because we were talking about the way women dress, and you said that the definition of slut shaming had a lot to do with the provocativeness and the promiscuity of a woman's dress. Let me flip the script just a little bit.
Absolutely.
Because recently we've been there's a lot of groups on, specifically on Facebook and Twitter, about men in gray sweatpants.
Men in gray sweatpants.
Yes. Men,
any kind of man? All men?
All men.
Okay.
Gay, straight, indifferent, asexual, just but fine.
Yeah.
Fine men in gray sweatpants. Now, if we flip the script and been like, well, he shouldn't be doing that. That's not something that a man should be doing. I feel like it'll be an uproar. Right. It'll be like everybody will have an opinion.
Absolutely.
Everybody will have something that they want to say.
Yeah.
Everybody be a little bit butthurt.
Yeah. We live
for lack of a better term.
Hey, we live in a misogynistic society. You know that.
But that's crazy to me. But nobody says nothing.
Well, and it's not right. And I'm glad you call it like that. And men are real promiscuous. They should call them slut hammers, because they do. I know a lot of them do. And like the young people I talk to, they say, I could see guys wear sweats, they're comfortable. I like wearing sweats too.
I like wearing sweats too.
But when they wear their stuff, they should have on undergarments that keeps them firm and fitted.
To say, some men need 2 pairs.
Yeah, because their stuff be jingling. We're jingling, baby. We're jingling. And they know it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They know it. So I think guys try to be slick down on the low too.
That'd be crazy though.
But they just thoughts anyway. A lot of them, but they get away with it. They get away with it.
This episode in 2.3 seconds. You gotta keep bashing men.
But it is what it is. But I commend her for coming at least. That took a lot, and I know she feels good. She spoke truth to her power.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? Because she called it. She didn't try to lie. She was like, yeah, well, I did have my legs in this. And you can't get no classier.
A spade.
You can't get no classier than that.
Right.
And for that, I admire her
Mm-hmm.
for telling the truth. And I'm just dying. Speaking of truth, what did you think about Wendy Williams telling her truth?
Oh, I did not. Well, because I didn't know.
Watch your mouth, because I like her.
I know you like Wendy. I enjoy Wendy on some days when when she's nice.
She's always nice.
Mm-hmm.
She's just an entertainer.
Is she?
No, we ain't even gonna go there.
But no, in all seriousness, I didn't even know she had a previous addiction.
And you could tell. I could tell on her show. And honestly,
really,
I can't.
I mean, I don't watch her often.
I don't watch her often either. I haven't watched her in a while, but just some of her gestures, only because I've used the drug before, and she's always sniffing, and she be pretending like she got a drip from her nasal and stuff. You see little different things, and you can just see. Not that I know, I suspected it, but and then I don't know, but she's went away for some kind of condition that she had. And, you never know when it comes to TV, because people say, they cover and they make up stuff and all of that stuff. They got to have meetings to say, how are we going to deal with this? You know how they do, right?
Yeah.
But
the pre-production meetings.
Yeah. But I'm glad she came out with it, because
Absolutely.
Anybody that follows hers
it's a lot.
Should know that she was engaging in.
And in addition to that, for her to come and be like, I have been, using whatever substance she was using.
That
and
cocaine,
this is what I'm
girl.
going through.
Yeah.
I don't go at the end of the night when I go home. I don't go home to my husband and
Right.
child. I go
Right.
to a separate place where
Right.
I'm getting the support that I need. I mean, it takes a very big person
Hey, that's
to,
huge.
admit that they're doing
Yeah.
something.
So what can you say? What can the
but
critics
imagine
say?
doing that on national television.
But people just like Wendy, and they probably like her more for that now.
Absolutely.
Like her followers, they like her more.
Right.
She's got like a audience full of ladies and some gay men and some straight ones.
Some
So
men
they
just like
just
Wendy.
love her for who she is.
But it took
Absolutely, I commend her for that.
snaps to you, Wendy.
But so can't nobody really say nothing. Although I know Judge Mathis was ragging her on
Was
this
he?
interview that they had. It's old, I think. I
Okay.
was just listening to it on YouTube, and he was on her show, radio show, and he went in on her. He didn't even give her a chance to talk. And he was like, "Yeah, you do this for ratings, bashing people, and do you tell people that you're in the bed with your husband and another woman?" And he was like, "Yeah, you be having a drip. That's why you go to the bathroom all the time, sniffing. You think I don't know, Wendy?" I don't know if he said those exact words, but that was the essence of what I saw on YouTube. So you can kind of know, but she's human.
Right. Everybody's make their mistakes.
Yeah. But I'm really proud of her for speaking that truth.
I do. No, I'm dead serious. I mean, I would have never suspected. I mean, I don't know.
Because you don't know if you've never
Right.
used drugs or never been around it.
Absolutely.
I just know because I lived in Florida in the hood, and I was addicted to the drug for too long, and I know how
Alex
it does.
wants to argue.
Yeah. Anywho,
Alex wants to
But,
argue.
yeah,
I want to argue.
Oh, you
That's-
want to argue?
he always wanting to argue.
You always want to argue about something.
Yeah, but I commend her for that, and I commend Jordyn, and I just think they are two amazingly beautiful Black women.
Right.
And
And if you're listening to this and if have been in the same situation as Jordyn, let us know, because I would love to know exactly how you handled it, and what advice could you possibly give somebody else? You know what I'm saying?
ooh, I probably shouldn't go here, and
Why?
I'm not gonna call any names, but I was in a situation, in a business situation, maybe like some months ago, and I was actually in a training, and I asked the question, and the person that conducted the training, he came and put his hand on my thigh as he was explaining it to me, and it floored me because I really didn't know how to. And the other time I'd have been like, "Get your damn hand off me," you know what I'm saying? But I couldn't do that, or I didn't do that. I should have in that context, and he did it twice, and looking at it hindsight, I would never like spill the beans in front of it because these powerful men, and he's powerful, and he's rich, but he's rich, so he could probably eat me up, but had I mentioned that to somebody, they probably wouldn't have believed me, or even if they believed me, they would have slut shamed me and probably tried to say, "Oh, you probably want him to do that," or whatever. So
that would have been crazy.
Yeah, but I won't make that mistake again, and I don't really want to give details of it because, like, people who kind of know what I've been into lately, they could figure out who it was, and I don't want to do that, So that one, I'm just going to charge that to the game. But men are just slick too. Them Negroes is slick how they do stuff, Yeah, and women are slick too.
Women are just as slick. Who said it better? I want to say a comedian said it, that they were using the analogy of a robin. When a robin's ready to leave its nest, it'll start building another nest someplace else. Who? There we go. Thank you.
Really?
Yes, he said it in one of his movies. They'll take a twig from their nest and bring it to another nest and, start building a nest over there, but we'll leave that nest abandoned.
Yeah.
Like it ain't never happened.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what he meant about slickness. And I put two and two together just a little bit sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I think we all can learn something from that. And I guess like Jordyn was saying, that's the lifestyle because they do a lot of partying and stuff like that. And, she's a model. She's beautiful. So a model has to look good all the time when she's out. She's her product. You know what I'm saying? And whether I think sexy is just personality myself.
I don't give nobody the excuse
it doesn't.
To do something.
It doesn't. And just like another part of it is say women dress provocative and that's why they attract sexual abuse and rape. I'm like, come on.
Instead of us sitting here telling a woman how to dress and how to conduct herself in public around men, how about we tell men what not to do to women when they are conducting themselves?
They're not going to do that. Look at your president. You got a president who gropes people and gets away with it. What do you expect from his constituents? Not saying that that's the case. I'm just saying, but where does it start? I get upset. Like, I love all people, but especially when it comes to my African American sisters and brothers. I do look at us as being queens and kings, beautiful people. And to just be, to me, however that situation went, I think it was disrespectful that Mr. Kristen Thompson let that young lady take the rap like that.
Right.
She did say, well, she was sitting here. Why he didn't come out and say, hold up, I did kiss her. Why he didn't do that?
Because he got to save space.
Why you ain't do that? I know you ain't watching me because I'm not famous enough yet. Somebody y'all know him, ask him why he ain't do that.
You better add him.
Yeah, we're only 6 people away. It said we're 6 people away from anybody. So blank to the 6th person. Ask him why he didn't do that. Why would he allow his sister, to receive all of that backlash? Why would he do that? And you got a voice. You're an NBA player. You could have easily got up and people gonna listen to you and you could squash that. That makes you wonder, don't it?
Did Chloe have a girl or a boy?
Yeah.
She had a girl?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Do you really care about those people like that?
No, the reason why I say that it's interesting is because you're allowing someone to do this to somebody else's daughter.
Yeah.
And you got a daughter of your own.
I don't know if Chloe got a daughter. I know Kylie got a daughter.
I know Kylie, yeah. I know she has a daughter, but I'm wondering. Huh? Oh, okay. So they did have a girl.
So, that's just...
So it's like, while you're like, oh, that's your sister, that could have been your daughter in the same situation. God forbid.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it could have been your daughter.
Yeah, this is true. But what are you going to do? I don't know. That's just the thing about, like, it's the double standard thing. And I don't know.
For him, it looks like, like I kissed a bad chick.
Yeah, and that's what he probably thinking. But on a deeper level, that's what I'm saying. You can be a celebrity of high status. Don't mean you got common sense.
That's true.
Don't mean, you know what I'm saying? It just don't. Like, you know, and I know a lot of rappers are educated. People used to say rappers is dumb. Rappers are not dumb. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they are. They're just smart. Mm-hmm. But when you think of some of them, I don't know, them sports people from getting hit in the head, getting tackled and all of that stuff. But it's like, come on, man, especially the world we living in. You see all the injustices going on. You see the sexism and all of this stuff. And how can you do that? How do you step? No, I ain't feeling that. I'm not feeling that. But, you know, it is what it is. And we probably don't beat that in the head. But, you know, ladies, I mean, if you're going after somebody and you want them, go for it. I can't tell you what not to do. But
again, just be honest. I know I say this probably like every episode that we do. Just be honest. It's simple. Say what you mean.
Well, she was honest.
I'm talking about like for all parties involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, I commend.
They ain't gonna be honest. That's why they call it cheating. No, I'm just saying, if you cheat, that's deception, right? Mm-hmm. And then he caught a kiss going out the door and stuff, so he gonna hit and run. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but you know, it is what it is, but kudos to you. Word. Jordyn. Thanks, kudos Jordyn, to you. And
honest. You probably being the only decent human being in this situation.
Yeah, but just you now, you know you in the spotlight. You can't be making moves like that because they're gonna eat you up. Right?
Spit you out and maybe eat you up again.
Yeah.
Just swallow you.
So when next time you're at a party, don't be sitting on the arm of nobody's chair draping your legs across them. I
don't think I ever want to get that close to a man because, you know, he a little crazy.
And if somebody kiss y'all, slap the fire out of him. How about that? Bam!
Do like in the old movies when they go to kiss somebody.
All right.
Mad as ever.
Yeah, well, it's been nice chatting with you, Toni.
I agree. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to go fry me some fish and have me some cornbread. And I'm trying to figure out between potato salad and grits. One of the two, but that's what I'm going to have tonight.
Well, if you have cornbread, you should probably do potato salad.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, thank you for listening to the Perfectly Incomplete podcast with the lovely and beautiful Imogene.
Thank you, darling. And the beautiful Toni Lee in the building.
Yes! Woo! Dang! All
right, y'all. Take care. Blessings.